Okay, so now let's look at the contents of today's class. So at first, I'm going to tell you a very famous story about the Chinese zodiac sign. So after that, I'm going to introduce the bronzeware Xi Zun to you. So in the end, we'll get to know Shanghai, a very famous modern city in China. Okay? Okay, so you can nod your head if that's okay. All right, so the first part will be the Chinese zodiac. I think most of you heard of Chinese zodiac before, right? But I bet you don't know where it comes from or how it was formed. So actually, there are different stories to explain about the Chinese zodiac sign, but there is one most famous myth story behind it that we all know when we were kids. So I think it's a very interesting story, and I'm going to share with you today. Okay? Okay, so it's actually an Asian story about Chinese zodiac. It's called the Great Race. Okay? So it's long ago, there's a emperor called Jade. The Jade Emperor actually is the ruler of the heaven. He wanted to find a way to measure time. So he called up all the creatures to participate in a race. So the first 12 animals will get to earn a spot on the Chinese zodiac calendar in the order they arrived. Okay, so the rat started to prepare the race before the sunrise. It knows that he couldn't swim very well, so he asked the help from the tiger. Wow, the tiger, and the ox and the horse. Well, the tiger and the horse actually refused him because they don't think like you have the benefit for me. But the ox is very kind, so he agreed to carry the rat across the river. So when they are about to reach the other side of the river, the rat jumped off ox's head and get himself the first place. And the ox crossed as second place and followed by a powerful tiger who struggled in the strong current for a little bit. And you can see the rabbit actually can jump from stone to stone, and he make it to the final point, become the fourth. So after that, the dragon reached. He actually told the Emperor Jade that he stopped to make rain and help people to stop a mountain fire. The Jade Emperor was really touched, and he was really happy to give the dragon the fifth place. Soon everybody heard the horse's voice, and the horse is actually about to finish the race. But suddenly, a snake jumps out, scared the horse. So the horse raised back and let the snake sneak into sixth place. And followed by a monkey, sheep, and rooster. They are all atop a raft and walking together towards the final point. After they arrive, they agreed to give the eighth place to sheep, and after that, followed by the monkey and the rooster. So they are really help each other. They're good friends, and they're really kind to decide who come to the first and who will be the second between these three, right? So the final spot, so next came the dog. You can see the dog is scrambling onto the shore. Because the dog actually is a good swimmer, but he played too much along the way. And also the final spot was claimed by the pig. It kept eating and taking nap during the race, you know. So he finally crossed the finish line. And so that's the end of the story. So that each year is associated with one of the animals in the order they cross the finishing line. So with the circle starting over every 12 years. So for traditional Chinese, actually, they believe that for a certain zodiac sign, we have some good qualities, like special one for different person with different zodiac sign. So for example, the ox have been helping human in farming since a very long time ago, right? So they believe that the person with ox zodiac sign actually have the quality of honest and hardworking, and they value the order, the routine, right? It means that they are willing to follow the orders and the routines that set before the work, right? And also for the tiger, they believe that the tiger is the king of all the animals. So the traditional Chinese believe that the person with the tiger zodiac sign is naturally strong and confident, and they like to encourage people to work together. For the dragon, so Chinese dragon is actually different from the dinosaur. You can have a look at the picture. So on the left hand side is the Chinese dragon. Okay, on the right hand side is the dinosaur. So you may have a look at the pictures. The Chinese dragon is actually a legendary creature in Chinese mythology. So it played a very important role in the past. It is the symbol for power and strength and wealth. So actually, you can see this is the clothes of the emperor for Asian Chinese, right? So the emperor's clothes are always designed. The design on it actually is related to dragon. Can you see? It's a very beautiful piece. It means this emperor is the son of the god and represent power and authority. Okay. So actually, the Chinese zodiac signs were commonly used in the daily life for both ancient Chinese and modern Chinese. So for example, on the left-hand side, we have this zodiac sign design ceramic was found during the Tang Dynasty. And on the right-hand side, actually is the traditional paper card with the zodiac sign design. So how we use this paper card, we actually paste it on the window or on the doors to actually to celebrate the Chinese New Year, because it looks very beautiful, make people happy, and we will sit down together to like do the paper cutting together, right? That's a traditional way to celebrate the Chinese New Year. And you can see there's a monkey design button. So it's something that we like use it to attach to the clothes, serve as a jewelry. So it is small, but you can see the design with precision, right? It's very nice and clear. It's a very beautiful piece. And on the right-hand side, you can see a very little cute bunny, right? So this is a piece of bronzeware. It's called rabbit Zun. Actually, you can see the belly of the rabbit is actually used for contain drinks. Okay, and the next one is a very interesting piece as well. It is a cowrie container with 8 yaks. So what is cowrie? Do you know? Actually, it's something similar to the shells. So in the ancient China, we use the shell as coin. So this is the container where the ancient Chinese put the coins, put the cowrie inside it. And also you can see on the handle of the both side actually is a tiger-shaped ear, right? Tiger is one of the animal in the Chinese zodiac sign. And on the right-hand side is the pole with 4 ram heads. What is ram? Ram is sheep, right? You can see the shape of the sheep is actually on this bronzeware as well. Okay, so now I want to share something very interesting because I like history. So I have one piece bronzeware that is really interesting and I like it a lot. I want to share with you. It was actually designed related to an animal in the 12 Chinese zodiac sign. So it was created 1,000 years ago. But before the video, I have a question for you. So what does Xi Zun look like? So Xi Zun is actually the piece I want to show you in the video. Okay, so bring the question with you. Let's watch the video together. So this video actually will help you to learn about the life of ancient Chinese through the bronzeware. And actually this bronzeware, it was born in the late spring and autumn. So this spring and autumn period is actually a dynasty in China, okay, in the ancient China. So it was created around 2,500 years ago in China. So this bronzeware actually comes with a size of 29.5 centimeter in height and 58.7 centimeter in length. And the weight is actually 10,760 grams. Actually, it's about 15 coconuts, the weight of 15 coconuts. So it's called ox-shaped Zun. So as you can see, there is a ring on its nose, right? So why does it have a ring on its nose? So the ring in the nose indicates that as earlier as in spring and autumn period. So actually the human already start to use the ox to help them with the farm work, right? So it's actually the domestication of cattle by paring the nose and had already began during this spring and autumn period. after you have a look at the ox-shaped bronzeware, you may want to ask me a question that what is used for? So later, so after this, we will like give you the answer. Okay, so actually it's a pot-shaped container. On the back holds wine and the hollow belly part to heat the wine. So this is an ancient Chinese wine vessel. So actually it's a wine container and it also a wine warming vessel. The ancient Chinese called it Zun, right? Did you get it? So you can see there actually some design on the ox-shaped Zun, right? Actually, it's one of the part is decorated with Taotie pattern. So what is Taotie? So the Taotie is an ancient Chinese mythological creature that is commonly seen on bronzeware and other artifacts 1,000 years ago. All right, you may see there are several parts on the ox-shaped Zun was have the design of Taotie. Okay, so reliefs of tiger and rhinoceros in vivid forms and the beautiful workmanship are found around the neck of the ox-shaped Zun and on the pot-shaped container. So it combines casting, design, and sculpture art. So can you imagine, like 1,000 years ago, those ancient Chinese people already know how to do or design such a detailed design, and they have their way to like make it become a real piece. So it is not only a fine work of art, but also a practical item in life. Okay, so it's a very interesting piece of bronzeware, right? This ox-shaped Zun actually is the permanent collection in Shanghai Museum. So when you get to visit Shanghai, you can go to the Shanghai Museum to have a look at the real piece. So remember the question before I show you the video. I ask you, so what does Xi Zun look like, right? We have like three options, right? Actually, it was B, ox, right? It's a ox-shaped Zun, right? So of course, it looks like a ox. Okay, so now I'm going to share a fun fact about the Shanghai Museum with you. Actually, in this museum, there are a lot of bronzeware collections in it. So the building of the Shanghai Museum itself is actually inspired by a kind of bronzeware called Ding. So for Ding, they will have 3 legs or 4 legs. As you can see, this is the top view of the Shanghai Museum. It's a very special design. It looks like a deer, actually. And this is the front view, right? So it's very interesting. If you visit the museum, you can have a look at by yourself, or you can go to somewhere like a top building around the museum. You will be able to see the top view of the museum in the future, okay? Well, now we come to this part. I'm going to introduce about Shanghai. So Shanghai not only has Shanghai Museum, but also many other interesting places. It's a well-developed world-class modern city. So let me share some basic information with you. So as you may heard of Shanghai before, Shanghai is actually located at China's east coast. You can have a look at the map in the on the screen. Can you see the star? Yeah, that's the position of Shanghai. So there are many multinational companies, famous hotels, banks in Shanghai. So in the picture on the left top corner, actually is the Lujiazui area. So there are many fancy buildings there, as you can see. And I'm going to introduce this tallest building to you. This is actually the Shanghai Tower. So it's 632 meters high. It's equal to almost 31 coconut trees stacked together. So you can imagine like how tall is it. And on the right hand side, actually, it's a very special building, right? I never seen any building design like this. So this is actually the Oriental Pearl TV tower with this distinctive pink spheres. You know, okay. All right. So Shanghai is a very popular destination with renowned for its historical landmarks and also its delicious food. So Shanghai cuisine like to use the braised method to cook meat, and sugar is an important ingredient in Shanghai cuisine. So especially when they use the combination of with soy sauce, so it will give the dish a little bit sweet flavor. I'm not sure whether you like sweet flavor, but I kind of like it. Okay, so at the right lower corner, you can see actually is the red braised pork, right? It looks make you hungry, right? The picture make you hungry, is it? Okay, and also on the top actually is a cold dish called Kao Fu. It's the braised wheat gluten with mushroom, right? So on the left corner actually is my favorite. They are the Shanghai soup dumplings. So why can you see there is a straw? Actually, they put a straw at the center of the soup dumplings, right? This is for you to drink the soup first, right? So they steam the soup dumplings and the soup of the meat and all the ingredients, they will come out. So they will give you the straw, let you drink the soup first, and then you can eat the dumplings. That's very nice. Okay, so there are some reference link I'm going to share with you like some are about the video, some about the kind of bronzeware or the Chinese zodiac sign ceramics. So if you want to know, have some further information about all of these, you can go to the link below. Okay. All right. Thank you.